of our probability unit. As you can see, we have a number 1 in the upper right corner. If I can get this to go away. We have a 1 in the upper right corner here because that's going to be the first one in line when you turn in your notes on our test next Friday. Okay, and there's still people who are messing this up. They had like number 8 on top. Like, it's so weird. I got first place, but the 8th place ribbon. No, you write your name, silly. Oh. New J. Stop talking and get writing. Every second you get a chance to. Stop. Got it? No, got it? Thank you. And you take every opportunity to make noise as well. You're usually responding, but you're not silent either. But you're not initiating it, but you're not making it stop either. Probability. Now, when I was adjusting this, I made this line too short, so you're probably going to have to make it bigger because that's actually a fraction bar. It's actually going to be a fraction bar. So what we're going to be writing is we're going to be writing the definition of probability, which in the numerator, it is the number of ways an outcome can occur the number of ways an outcome can occur over the possible outcomes. And that might not make a whole lot of sense right now, but it'll make sense in a minute. Let's go. As you're writing as I'm talking. Okay, so I don't have to when I'm explaining stuff now you're writing rather than writing when I'm writing. Focus. Let's go. So it's the number of ways an outcome can occur over the possible amount of outcomes, or the possible outcomes. So we have a little graph here. On the left side, I'd like you to write 0. In the middle, I want you to write the fraction, 1/2. And on the right, you're going to write, what do you think? 1. Yep, 1. Now, when you have the probability between 0 and 1, what that means is that's just acknowledging that there is an event. There's something. There is an event. Something, just something. There is an event, something. There's a probability of 0 and 1. Then there's a probability of 0, and that's when it will not happen. Event will not happen. The event will not happen. That's when there's a probability of 0. Okay? It's like, what's the probability of us having a carnival on the football field today? 0. Because they're not even set up for it yet.
20% chance.
Okay? Now, it could a large carnival like Bonifest or whatever.
Well, they could get ready like today, and then like.
But that wouldn't be today. That'd be tonight. Yeah. That is Not if there's a probability of 0, it's not possible.
A 50% chance.
Yes.
You know that true weatherman can be right every day. Well, you can never be wrong because you consider that 50-50 chance of something.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing is the only time that the weatherman can be truthful is if he says what the what's going on right where he is at that moment. That's when he'll be truthful. Everything else is a prediction. Okay, probability of 1 is when an event will definitely happen. The event will definitely happen. The event will definitely happen. Yes, sir.
What's the difference between the probability of 1 and the probability between 0 and 1?
The probability. Okay. Here's an event. When you're leaving school today, you find all of your family there, and they say, "We got you a limo. Let's go wherever you want to go." And actually, the what, you like Cardinals? Oh, there you go. Okay, so your whole family's there, and then you get in the limo, and Aaron Rodgers is hanging out there. Okay, that's an event. What's the probability of you hanging out with Aaron Rodgers tonight? I wouldn't say 0. You wouldn't know that necessarily unless you knew exactly where he was right now, right? So if you knew that Aaron Rodgers was right now somewhere else, you would know that there's 0 probability of that happening. Do you see what I mean? But the event is you chilling with Aaron Rodgers tonight. Yeah. He's a quarterback for the Packers.
So between 0 and 1, there's like a possibility it will happen?
If it's definitely going to happen, that would be something like Aaron Rodgers is chilling right here, right now. There's a guarantee that in 10 minutes from now, you're hanging with Aaron Rodgers. Okay, sorry, you had to cancel. All right. Then, as far as this graph goes, if there's a 0% chance of it going to happen, it is impossible. So 0%, or not 0%, I said percent. A probability of 0 that something is going to happen, an event is going to happen, it's impossible. Then if it's a half, so 1 to 2 chance of happening, what would that be? 50-50. Yeah. We'll get into odds more in a couple days, but 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance. Like in the video, it's a 50-50 chance whether you're going to be a guy or a girl. Okay, you're not going to be a dragon. It's like, for our 4th child, we're really hoping for a dragon. I've been eating Taco Bell fire sauce. Okay. And if there's a probability of 1, like there's a probability that we will finish these notes as far as we're going to go with it. That probability is 1 because it's going to happen. Okay. If there's an earthquake or something like that, I guess that would be dropping it down a little bit, but we can't measure that. Okay, certain what? Certain that are. It's for certain, for sure, for sure, as somebody said last period.
For sure.
Yep. Bawa shawa. I don't think it matters. Okay. So it's certain if that's going to happen, and that's one of those things where nothing is certain until it's actually going on, right? Yep. You know what? It's very clean cut, very straightforward. Those of you who struggled over the last couple weeks in this class, this should be better for you, especially today, okay? Now, complete the chart of possible outcomes for rolling a pair of dice. Now, we are not talking about adding up the digits on the die, okay? We're talking about just two individual dice being rolled. For example, the first one that we roll gets a 1, and the second one gets a 3. So the 1 is right here, the 3 is right here. Okay, so that's one possible outcome. Okay, if I rolled a 5, just listen. And then a 4. That's what it looked like. See, because I got 5 is the first one I rolled, 4 is the second one. You see that? Okay, what would happen if I wanted to fill out what I got in this circle here, or in that one there? Bello? 3, 3. Yep. I would like you all to please continue filling out all the possibilities of what you could roll if you had 2 die. Go ahead. Have a plan as far as filling that out. And I do want you to put parentheses around them all, please. Get there way early. Last time we went to good on yeah. Their PE, they hadn't even changed for PE at one time we got there. That wasn't much. Hi guys, good luck.
All right. What you need to do today?
I'm really curious if the microphone just picked up my conversation. No, it wasn't anything bad. I was talking to a kid about volleyball.
Is it Sammy?
Yep.
She walked by. She was like, it was
Actually, I wonder if it's still connected. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's connected. Because you don't want it to look like a sequence of numbers. You want it to look like 2 results. Beautiful. All right, back at it. Let's. For those of you that are not done yet, go ahead and continue. We're going to move along so we have time to work on our homework at the end, okay? So, I do want you to make a slight adjustment, which would be to make it 1 blue marble. Whoa. Make it 1 blue marble. Mm-hmm. 1 blue marble. Now, whenever you see the probability of something, it's going to look like this. It's going to be a P, which means, what do you think? Probability. Yeah, it stands for probability. And then it's saying of red, like of something with red. And the reason why I introduced this first, because we're going to read what it says here in a second, but the bottom line is I want you to show that it's saying the probability of a piece of this information from the information you have, the probability of that happening. There's a couple other ways you'll see it as well. You'll see probability, and then it'd be up high, and then below it, it could be like that a little bit. Okay, it's just like a little half floor down, like a broken elevator. Okay? So we have 5 red marbles, 7 green marbles, 4 black marbles, and 1 blue marble in a bag. In a bag. Suppose that you were to select 1 marble at random. Find each probability below. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we are supposed to. Way to see it ahead of time. Yeah, we're going to be adding all these together because we need to find out what? How many of all we need to do. And also I want to draw your attention to this fraction here. And which one is it going to be? Where is all of them going to be? Is it going to be the number of ways an outcome can happen, or is it the possible outcomes? Yeah. Yes, it is the possible outcome. So it's in the denominator. It's going to be in the denominator here. So we have, how many are there in it? How many?
17.
Yes, there are 17 total marbles. So I'm going to put that in the denominator. And then it says the probability of red. How many reds are there?
5 out of 17.
There's 5 out of 17. And Corey, can we simplify that? No. We got 2 prime numbers right there. We have 2 prime numbers. You can't simplify it. With a fraction, if you have 1 prime number, you can't simplify it. Yes, you can, actually. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yep, we're always going to be simplifying. All right, now how about this one? The probability of belief. Now, do the amount of marbles change? No, it didn't. It's not like we're going to be like, I'm looking for a blue marble. You stick your hand there. Darn, I got red. And you throw it behind you. No, we're going to keep. There actually will be situations that you'll see like that, especially when you get older. But there will be situations like that. But this one, unless it specifically says it, the amount possible is always going to be the same today. So there's still 17 there. And Corey, what's the probability of getting a blue if we just went 1 random marble, reach in the bag, and pull it out? 1 out of 17, that's right. 1 out of 17. Easy stuff, right? Oh, yeah. Yep, and you did a little bit. You did.
In 3rd grade, we learned.
Yep. Now, here's one that won't be 3rd grade level. How about the probability of green or black? Probability of green or black. Sam. 11 over 17. The way that he got that is there are 7 green and 4 black. And 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 over 17 is the probability of picking a green or black marble. Oh, yeah. Let's make that smaller. That 17 is getting a little... and, yeah. Yeah. Bust through a wall. Now we have the probability of drawing a marble that is not yellow. So we saw 17 here. Something that's not yellow. Freddie. 17, exactly, because since we're trying to find one that's yellow, 17 out of 70 times we will find a marble that's not yellow, because in the bag there aren't any yellows. Okay? It's like
I thought it'd be 0 over 17.
it's not, no, because the possible outcomes are pulling out blue, red, black, and green. You cannot possibly pull out a yellow.
I know, so
I'm going to pause you right there. We're going to do the next one, and she'll see. Student thinks that would be 0 out of 17. Now, how about this one? We still have 17 marbles in there. What's the probability of pulling an orange one, Deja? Pulling an orange marble out of our bag? Out of our bag? How many orange marbles are in there? 1? 9 orange? None. So how can we have a situation where we have 17 chances to pull something that's not there? There you go. There you go. Good, good, good. Yes. So the probability of pulling an orange marble out of a bag with no orange marbles is impossible. Here, we'll make them digital Z. Oop, digital Z. Come on. There. 0. So you don't think it's, oh, Jace? Yep. Yep. No, I wanted to, no, it should be 1. I expect it to be simplified. I expect. So the main thing is make sure that you are changing this to 1 blue marble. What's that? Yep, it's exactly like this. You got it, sister. Yep, exactly like this. Yeah, a lot of people finished. Class is over in 10 minutes, but we still need to get through 2 things. Let's see. So these ones here were the tricky ones, so I'm glad we got through those, and we're just going to jump to the tricky ones. People who are catching up on notes or whatever, on my website is the linked completed notes. Okay. So a die is rolled. Find each probability. Okay? And what I do want you to write is that the possible outcomes of this are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's the only thing you can do with a die, a 6-sided die. And whenever we say a regular die, that means that there's 6-sided, because I do have multiple-sided die. Yeah, or 12. Isn't that what it's D&D? Does anybody know? 12-sided die? No? Nobody knows? Dodecahedron? Yeah. A die is rolled, find its probability. Now the probability of rolling an odd when we have 1 die, how many odd numbers? Well, how many sides are there again? 6. There are 6 possibilities for answers. And what is it, Corey? 3. There we go. It's 3 out of the 6, which means it is 1 to 2. 1 of 2. The probability of rolling an odd are 1 of 2, and that's the same situation here. 6, 1/2. Then whenever we have something that's greater than 6, there's nothing that's greater than 6. You can't roll anything greater than 6, so it's going to be 0 out of 6, which simplifies to 0. Okay, you can't just with thing up to 6, you can't get a 20. Sorry. It's impossible, hence 0.
Well, we can make a 20 now.
Then there's this one. Nope, not just 1. Not just a regular sized die. Then this one, prime. 1 is not prime. Only 2, 3, and 5 are prime. Okay, that's a little review for you. 1 is not prime because it needs to be 1 divisible by 1 and itself. That's 2 different situations that you're trying to put into 1. For example, if you were getting in trouble and I said sit down and be quiet, if you did only one of those 2, you'd still be in trouble, right? But if it said sit down and be quiet, we would be happy. So it has to be divisible by 1 and itself, and 1 is itself.
You're wearing a math tie.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, there's flowers.
No, it's a math tie. I don't remember. Use the chart of possibility, possible outcomes with 2 dice are rolled for each probability. You guys have that in your notes. You're going to use that for your homework tonight. So for this one here, if there was a situation where you were getting both odd, both of these that you roll, both dice, you have 2 now, they're both odd. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's 9? Did I miss it? There it is. 9. So there's 9 possibilities. Don't circle those because you'll make it look bad on yours. Okay? So we have 9. So there's 9 out of how many possibilities are there? 36 possibilities. Corey, turn around. 36 possibilities. That can simplify down to 1 of 4. 1 of 4. And then naturally, both even, it's going to be the same thing. Okay. A sum greater than 11, there's only 1 of them. And this is all in my on my website if you guys want to get those worked out. Okay. Both prime, we'll do that some other time. Let's just do the sum of 7. And I can be quiet and you guys will just look at, you'll look at the homework and then you'll have a 3-minute rule. So sum of 7. So what numbers are we looking for when the die gets rolled? It's out of 36. Good. So we can automatically put that. Automatically. How many are there? I want you guys to find that for me as I'm passing on your homework. Now you're finding. I want you all looking. You're on the wrong side right now. We're not waiting for people who participate a lot to find the answer for you. The sum is the answer to an addition problem. So you're adding the 2 together. And the reason why we're doing this one is because on my notes, it is wrong. On my posted notes, I've already posted it up there. It's wrong.
Are these all because we have to all this?
Yeah. What do we have, Dominique? 6 is correct. It is 6. There are 6 of them. Stop talking. Corey, turn around. Put your knees under your desk. Yep, we can simplify to 1/6. Correct. So you're doing your homework there. Make sure that you're looking back at your notes. Even though this really seems simple, just make sure you don't do anything silly, many silly mistakes, okay? And that is all that she wrote. Once again, this one here, but if you made it this far in the video, I'm sure you have already looked at the other thing. But on my notes, that sum of 7, I was rushing through apparently, and I did not do it correct during set period. So that's that. Have a decent evening at the very least. And to close with probability, I'll quote one of my favorite movies. In Dumb and Dumber, Lloyd Christmas was talking about being married or something like that to what's her name? Swanson? Holly Swanson? But then he goes, so you think that we could ever date? And she's like, not a chance. He's like, what do you think? About 1 in 100? She goes, more like 1 in a million. And he goes, so you're saying there's a chance?
Oh my, I know what you're talking about.
Probability.